Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your trusted space for South African political deep dives where reality often feels stranger than fiction. Today, we are unpacking a storm swirling around Deputy President Paul Mashatile, a man who was once seen as the calm inside the ANC's chaos but is now at the center of a corruption scandal that has South Africans shaking their heads in disbelief. From multi-million rand mansions to dodgy tender links, this one has all the makings of another high-level political drama. In December 2023, while more citizens were budgeting for groceries and petrol, Mashatile reportedly dropped R28 million in cash on a luxury Constantia home in Cape Town. Paid in cash. No bank loan, no financing, just a stack of money large enough to buy a small village. If that sounds suspicious, wait for this. Not long after, he allegedly secured another mansion in Waterfall Estate, Gauteng, this time worth R37 million. Again, cash. For a man whose official salary wouldn't even buy a Constantia garden cottage, this has raised every red flag imaginable. The Hawks, the Special Investigating Unit, and the Public Protector have now all taken interest in these purchases. They're reportedly tracing the flow of money through companies linked to Mashatile's sons, who have been involved in lucrative tenders during his time as Gauteng MEC. Some of those contracts, worth hundreds of millions, are said to have produced very little actual work. It's the classic South African formula: flashy deals, family connections, and taxpayers left holding the bill. Critics say this probe was long overdue. Allegations of corruption have surrounded Mashatile for years, though none have ever stuck firmly enough to derail his career. He's managed to rise through the ANC ranks, cultivating an image of a polished, influential figure, someone who could one day succeed President Cyril Ramaphosa. But this latest scandal threatens to undo years of quiet political maneuvering. What makes this saga even murkier are reports linking Mashatile to businessman Edwin Sodi, yes, the same Sodi from the Free State asbestos scandal, a man whose name has become shorthand for tender corruption. Their alleged friendship has added more suspicion to an already complicated story. If investigators confirm any financial ties, it would be explosive, especially with the ANC still reeling from the long shadow of state capture. The timing couldn't be worse. With elections on the horizon, the ANC is already facing declining public trust and voter fatigue over endless corruption headlines. And now, one of the country's top leaders finds himself accused of extravagant property deals while ordinary South Africans face daily power cuts, unemployment, and rising costs. The optics couldn't be more damaging. Public outrage has been fierce. Social media is ablaze with criticism, memes, and disbelief. Many South Africans have expressed frustration that corruption continues to flourish among those who preach renewal and accountability. The idea of a deputy president dropping over R60 million in cash while millions can't even afford basic housing feels like a cruel joke. For many, this scandal sums up everything wrong with the current political system, the luxury of the few built on the struggle of the many. Inside the ANC, tensions are reportedly simmering. Some party members want Mashatile to step aside until investigations are complete. Others, particularly those in his faction, believe he's being targeted by rivals who fear his growing influence. Sound familiar? It's the same playbook that has defined ANC politics for years: factional loyalty over transparency. The leadership now faces a tough choice: protect one of their own or prove that accountability isn't just a slogan. Mashatile himself has remained largely silent, issuing only brief statements insisting he has nothing to hide and will cooperate fully with investigators. But the silence speaks volumes. Political insiders say there's deep unease within the presidency about how this might impact the government's credibility. President Ramaphosa, who has built his image on fighting corruption, can hardly afford another scandal inside his own cabinet. Let's not forget that Mashatile has long been viewed as Ramaphosa's potential successor, the man waiting in the wings should Cyril step aside. But scandals like this can destroy political legacies overnight. Remember how quickly support evaporated for other ANC heavyweights once corruption allegations took hold. The same fate could easily await the deputy president if investigators uncover hard evidence of wrongdoing. Beyond the politics, this story raises deeper questions about how South Africa tackles corruption. Despite endless commissions, task teams, and investigations, the same patterns keep reappearing. Luxury properties, suspicious cash payments, family-linked tenders, the cycle never ends. The institutions tasked with fighting graft often seem outmatched or politically constrained. Many South Africans now wonder whether justice is truly possible when the powerful keep bending the rules. Still, there's hope that this time could be different. The Hawks and SIU are under intense public scrutiny, and the public protector's involvement signals growing seriousness. Civil society groups are demanding that the full details of Mashatile's financial transactions be released, including how the properties were funded and who benefited from related government contracts. Transparency, they argue, is the only way to rebuild trust. For Mashatile, the stakes couldn't be higher. If he's cleared, he might yet survive politically, maybe even emerge stronger, framing himself as a victim of political jealousy. But if the investigations confirm wrongdoing, his career could collapse overnight, dragging the ANC into yet another credibility crisis at the worst possible time. Meanwhile, ordinary South Africans continue to watch from the sidelines, balancing frustration with resignation. After all, this isn't the first time a senior official has faced corruption allegations, and sadly, it probably won't be the last. But what makes this case particularly striking is who's involved, the man second only to the president himself. When the deputy president faces questions about unexplained millions, it cuts to the very core of governance and public faith. As this story unfolds, it serves as a reminder that South Africa's struggle for clean leadership is far from over. Every scandal chips away at the fragile hope that democracy can still deliver honest governance. Whether the Hawks and the SIU deliver real justice this time will tell us a lot about where the country is heading, toward accountability, or deeper into impunity. So, what do you think? Should Paul Mashatile step aside while the investigations continue? Do you believe the authorities will follow through, or will this end like so many other scandals, with headlines fading and no one held accountable? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more political deep dives, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story shaking up the nation. Thank you for watching, stay informed, stay sharp, and as always, see you next time.